Good morning, everyone. This is Marisa Ocampo, and I am affiliated at Fukushima Gakuin College, Fukushima Prefecture in Japan. and the research that I'm going to share to you today is about the teacher's efficacy to understand students' personal vision of life towards a positive well-being. And when we ask our students, now, so how will they use English in their future lives, and what answers do you think we could get? So probably we might get answers like this: to sing English songs because I like Justin Bieber very much, or make friends with foreigners, or for traveling, or for shopping. Now, so but then when we ask them, will you teach English in the future, or will you share what you have learned with your students in the future? Probably. Now, so probably most of them will answer you like this: of course not. No? Or in Japanese, we say zettai ni tsukawanai. No? So, and I don't know English at all. Eigo wa wakaranai. Now, so these are only some of the students' perception about their English use. And yeah, so let us suppose now so that a student is carrying loads on his shoulder before coming to the classroom, such as social related issues or future goals and personal worries, and then or probably so students perceive themselves as they're really not good at it. Now it's about their grammatical mistakes, they make mistakes about grammars. And because this ingrained attitude and behavior towards learning English affect now so their performance in the classroom as they hinder their mind's ability to think. And how about this one? So this result in 27 shows that the English students never felt quite sure of themselves, so felt embarrassed and ashamed to answer voluntarily, upright right away when the teacher was correcting someone's mistakes, and get nervous when they couldn't understand the teacher. And these feelings were some of the loads students were carrying before entering the classroom. But wait, have you asked yourselves why students have the difficulty to understand, so to understand the lesson, nor understanding the teacher? And is it really the lesson or the teacher that they don't understand? Another question is, have you asked yourselves that maybe now, so maybe students are not interested in learning English at all? And and to answer these, I ask the students to why they are studying English. So as one of their subjects in the university, and then the answer was obvious, right? So it is a part now, so a part of the curriculum, and it is a must to take subject. And 90% of them had negative feeling about English. So that English is difficult, that I cannot that they cannot speak English now, that they don't know English at all now. So but of course some said that it's quite advantageous in finding jobs, no, and that they want us to expand their views for internalization, and which is very limited now. And we teachers really, now, are we really, shall we ask ourselves, now, are we really teachers, the superhero of our students? If we will look at the slide, so you will see here that the students are really looking up to now the teachers, which is actually true in many ways, right? So we teachers must have multiple talents and a tremendous effort to do our task. We teachers should be waterproof, disease-free, especially in this time of pandemic, COVID-related pandemic problems now. So health, globally, we have now, so we have to be disease-proof in a way. And then it's not only that. So we teachers also should be best actor, best actress, dancers, singers now. And we have to have various talents to make our students positive and motivated in learning. And I believe, and so as many educators too, that we educators have the ability to make a difference. Sometimes unbelievable things that can happen in school. And there is one famous psychologist, and he is Bandura. and I know, and I'm sure that you know him, observed that the group confidence in its abilities seems to be associated with greater success. And when a team shares a unified beliefs now and effort, they can overcome challenges and produce a good result. And he called it an interesting pattern in human behavior as collective efficacy. And this collective efficacy is one of the factors influencing students' achievement. And some are socioeconomic status, home environment, engagement, motivation, and others. And since this collective efficacy influences how educators feel, think, motivate themselves, and behave, it is a major contributor to the tenor of a school's culture. And one of the steps we teachers should do is to amend their mindset. I believe that we teachers have the ability to make unbelievable things now, and this one of those is changing, no, not changing, or amend, so their mindset, even if it is only 9% changing the mindset that they are good enough now, that they are not dumb, where it might now, so it might help to change students' life in a way now, so that people are made, not born, so that people are made now. So but the people are made, not born, so meaning that we all have the ability to be changed now. So which is the idea of actually, this is the idea of the growth mindset. I did so this growth mindset, I actually implemented this in my research in 2017, and this is one of the steps I did. And how can teachers help students establish growth mindset? So one is, of course, is to praise the effort of the students and help set learning goals now, and then provide a safe, nurturing environment for students to learn. And I would like to focus more on number 3, which is the provide a safe, nurturing environment for a student to learn, because once they feel that they are safe in a particular environment, stress will be vanished. And what is this growth mindset then? So growth mindset versus fixed mindset. So failure, now in the growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow. In my FEMA, the family environment mode approach, I mentioned there that they have now. So one of the focus in my FEMA is to embrace failures positively. Now, so if they develop this growth mindset, then they can be able to challenge now. So challenge themselves, and then challenges help them to grow, and then they would be able to determine their abilities, their effort. And then when they receive feedback from the teachers, or even the classmates, they will think that it is a constructive, no, constructive criticism, constructive feedback. And then so they will think positively. So they will think positively that the criticism, the corrections that the teachers are made are for them to grow. And whereas in the fixed mindset, so failure is the limit of my abilities, that meaning that once they fail, then they think that they are really not good at it now, and then they don't want to be challenged at all now. And so they think that their potential is predetermined, and then they think that then when they feel frustrated, they can easily give up in things now. So this growth mindset versus the fixed mindset is actually a challenge for us teachers now. Let students understand that once students go out from their comfort zone, then so this learning zone, when they go to the learning zone, then magic will happen. So but how can they be able to get this magic? Then that is to get out from their own comfort zone. And once they go out from their comfort zone, then the growth will start. And so I asked the students about their mindset toward English learning, and 73% of them revealed that they had a fixed mindset about these reasons. Now 19%, so you will have the growth mindset with some fix now. So it's not completely growth mindset, but with some fixed mindset. And then this 6% is the strong fix mindset now. And well, the strong growth mindset now, so is this. So it is easy to tell to the students these things, but hard for them to implement this to themselves. As I have said, it is easy to teach, it is easy to tell, but what about the reaction? What about the implementation of the students about the things we teach to them? Now, the implementation to themselves is the thing there now. So my answer was make sure that they were not alone in their English learning journey. So once you let them feel now, so that teachers and students go hand in hand as learners, or they don't go at all, no, they don't go at all, then maybe now, so they will be able to feel that they are part of the culture of learning. So here are they had fixed mindsets regarding these matters. Now, so I've mentioned to you that 73% had this fixed mindset, and they don't want to have an international marriage. If English weren't a required course, they would not study it because they are not interested in it at all, and they do not want to be bilingual. Yeah? So they felt that they failed to learn English because things they have no control over, and did not wish to have a job using English at all, and were not determined to continue learning English until they get old. So this I have this answer I got gave me an idea to continue to do a research about what how do they visualize themselves in the future, because it mentioned here that they were not determined to continue learning English until they get old. So that's why I continued it now. And in one in the study I did in 2017, I this is actually the conclusion I made. And this study attention to the fact that learners need to develop certain skill or strategies to amend their mindset now. So one is to help the student's mind focus on loving and failure mistakes. As I've said a while ago, that they have to embrace the mistakes now, mistakes in learning grammar and reading journey now. And then engaging in positive self-talk and being a model to other students, we teachers now. And then having to motivate themselves with incentives and self-reward to develop their empathic attitude in accepting failure and mistake positively. And we have to, of course, amend students' mind to develop a test-loving mind and attitude by letting go now, so students to the quizzes as a pair work with open books and other materials except to the final examination. This is also one of the techniques I did. The recent research I did, I did and the technique now, so which is I called it the SET now, so the shared examination technique to answer this pair work with open books and open open heart with their partners now. So as super teachers, I mentioned a while ago, we are super teachers, right? So we can be teachers, we can be different personalities. Now, I thought of why not try to understand their vision, so their vision of life. So I thought that maybe our goals are different, students' goals are different from us. That's why we have difficulty to meet now, to meet in one point. And luckily, I read an article by Dan by Dan, no? So agreeing to this, saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So this is true when visualization is concerned. So people from all walks of life have practical visualization for centuries at different stages of their lives, even different days of their lives. It is only in recent years that visualization technique have been widely taught in our society. Now, different examples of visualization include daydreaming, fantasizing, mental rehearsals, and imagination. And many of us have often fantasized about winning the lottery, or getting a better job, or getting that nice body shape, and or going for that dream luxurious vacation, and or even driving the dream car, or even staying in the dream house now, and which can bring us all good feeling now. So all this visualization, positive visualization, gives give us positive feeling now. So I think, yeah. So, because vision of the contemplation of imagined future possibilities can strongly impact students' progress in learning English as a foreign language. It has been confirmed that future self-guides are associated with visual imagery and leads to personal vision, where hope is the effective driver. And the possible self, which is closely related to vision, offers a powerful motivational self mechanism and preserving students' ideas of what they might become and would like to become. Here, it may only require a small adjustment to persons' awareness of their desire to have a huge impact on their perception and choices. And here are the facts now. So, teachers strive to motivate the students to study. However, language teaching is frequently challenging and they often experience anxiety, burnout, and stress. And why so? Why so? Japan-based English teachers face more challenging factors because of the following. One, teachers' limitation to understand students' L1 now, so which is quite vice versa. It's not only the teacher but the students too now. And second, less motivated students due to some students' personal reasons. So as I've mentioned a while ago, so dislike the subject because it doesn't contribute to their life. They don't need it in their lives, at least at this moment. Now, for those with the option to take English, they are enjoying learning it, even if it is hard. Now, and in the contrary, for those whose English is a compulsory subject, many of them take the subject against their will, and as a result, less motivated to do the task. And then third, you will see here that the future self as an English user is almost non-existent. Now, and fourth, the vision to use English is only for traveling with their family in their 50s. This is an answer to the conclusion I had in the slide in the slide I showed to you a while ago, that so their vision to use English is only for traveling with their families in their 50s, not this moment, but definitely not to teach English. So that is now, so that is the fact. So in Japan, it's strongly impacted by learners' attitude so towards the role of English within their society. So despite of impending 2021 Olympics, they do not appear to feel any immediate need for English, and they would rather direct their interaction towards self-expression and personal growth, so rather than authentic communication. There is, of course, also significant culturally influenced anxiety, which inhibit Japanese learners from initiating conversation or raising new topics and then challenging their teachers. So for this reason, so scholars are giving increasingly attention to the retention of local cultural identity in language education. So yeah, so until now, so this kind of love and hate relationship between English and learners still visible. No, so there was a research in 1997. So Sally proved that Japanese people had this kind of, the extreme feeling about hate relationship between English and students. Now, and because of these factors, the researchers thought that maybe teacher and students' future goals are different. Now, and this might be one of the reasons why they're not motivated, less motivated. No? And so I asked the students these questions: and how do participants see English being used at different stages within a lifespan between 20s, 30s, and 40s and above? And how do students envisage their future lives at each of these stages? And how do students envisage themselves as English language speakers of these stages? So my methodology now, so students were asked voluntarily to answer the questionnaire about their vision of life and the relevance of it in their future lives. So since it is voluntary, there were only 82. Now, so 82 students who participated and revealed their personal ideas in 2 years. So result was interesting though, and we teachers should be aware of it now. So by knowing learners' vision of life and future self is a big help to understand the factors affecting students' perception and attitude in learning English. So respondents were asked about how they perceive themselves in the following categories: in the future, and how do they use English in each category, about the health, ability, skills, relationship, the time, wealth, and accomplishment. Now, so accomplishment and contentment. And by learning. Now, so if we look at these comments, you will see that the priority of their lives is more on having a family of their own. So this is written in Japanese, sorry, but then, so you will see here now that by the age of 20, so all of this is marriage, and then you have the child of 2 at the age of 30, and then at the age, by reaching 35 years old, then they will start working. So and then at the age of 50, then they will go traveling with their husbands and family. So the respondents of my research revealed that at this moment they don't need English at all. No, so the closest future for them is 20 to 30 now, and the goal is different. No use of English at all, and we teachers also have should have an ability to understand this reality. Of course, it depends on what kind of students do you have. In my case, so I teach now, so I teach the students of the students. So most of them have this kind of answers now. And then another student revealed that she will have a honeymoon in another country. No? So they will, only for that reason. So meaning that's the recent. So she's studying English. She's really doing her great to study English because she wants to use English for her honeymoon in the near future. Now, so another is one, and then some of the students said that they will never be an English teacher now, so it is not a part of their dream. They want to be a teacher in the future, early education teachers, but not English. So as I've said a while ago, that in Japan, so they are I mean in the society wherein Japanese is only used in the working place now. And then also they said that I'm not good at English, so I won't use English in the future. And then this comment alarmed me actually now, and I don't want to live longer. So one of the students actually revealed that I don't want to live longer, and I don't want to bother other people, so I want to die young happily. And this is now, so by understanding students' future lives, future's vision in life is very important. And in that case also, we would be able to understand students' feeling, why they are less motivated, why they are not, no? So why they're not studying English seriously. So when you see this, you might ask yourself how efficient you are to motivate and guide students' future self as a learner, right? So, and what is the role of teachers' efficacy with FEMA in each of this situation? So, but how, if you see a comment like this, that the life is tiring and I want to die young, and of course, as I've said, so they prefer to write everything in Japanese, not in English, but only this thing now. So I actually saw this comments with two students now. So written in English. So that's why I was so touched by this. Completely of no English use in her life, and then I want to die early now. So English don't use because I cannot speak English, or healthy, very good, I will eat natto every day. So but at least they're really doing their best to write their comments in English, and that is how I thought of strengthening my FEMA approach, to give them an effective environment, to at least encourage them to see the importance of learning English now and its benefit to their future dreams now. So I again recalled to them my FEMA. And what is this FEMA, by the way? So probably most of you don't have an idea what this is FEMA. So it is my chance now to share to you what is this FEMA all about. So FEMA actually, here is the original FEMA I introduced to let them understood again and again that our class is their family in the university campus, that we are one big family. So FEMA stands for Family Environment Mode Approach. Now, and I made it clear to the students that the only FEMA can give are to reduce learners' stress and increase their motivation by calibrating attitudinal adjustment of changes in mindset. And these key attitudinal changes, which I usually refer to mindsets, are the embracing failure and letting go of fear of making mistakes. And number two is to think of the class and its subgroup as family-like units. So I always, and every time we meet, so that I am their mom now, because I believe teaching and learning any subject is an intricate process that involves manifold interaction and everything learners and teachers do bring to the classroom, including beliefs, personalities, and relationship with other people around them, influence their actions in class. So within this complex range of affective dynamics, two affective aspects have particularly captured my attention, and these are the stress and effect. And I encourage them to call me mom or okan in Japanese, and an interview with the students who call the researchers or me, no, mom, okan, and okampo sensei. 20% of the students show their positive acceptance of calling the teacher or me, particularly because of the pronunciation, which is probably quite cool to call me mom. Now, and 40% prefer to call me okan from the word Japanese okaasan, which means mother in Japanese. Now, and then 80% of the students were so happy when I called them my daughters or son, and the 20% actually didn't comment anything. So I never let students to be alone in taking quizzes and examination. This way, students felt they're less anxious and stressed. And at the beginning, they respond negatively when they learned there were a test. But when I reminded them that they will do the test with their partners, then they felt relax. So as their okan in the classroom, I always remind them that about the power of visualization, that the following can be of help now, so to strengthen their power of visualization. So think that everybody makes mistakes, so it is fine to make one. Imagine that you are in the future you. So if you think that you are successful in the future, then why don't think it now that you are successful now? Feel the success now. Now, so visualize that you are with your loved ones now. If you are thinking, oh, a good marriage 20 or 10 years or maybe 5 years from now, why don't you think the love now? Now, create an imagery like situation that you are in your future dream now, and told that what the mind can conceive and believe it can be achieved now, and that is Apollyon Hill. So we can be our students' dream co-creator and not a dream distractor. This is a quoted, phrase that I borrowed from Kim Rockwell, and I'm very thankful that he shared me this now, so that we teachers can be their dream co-creators now, and not students' dream distractor. Yep. So the results will be based on the result. The vision is more on getting married before reaching 25 years old, and have kids before reaching 30 years old. And around less than 5% revealed that learning English, that they will use English only after 50 years old, when their children are already grown up. So these students envision that English learning for them is only for traveling, not for teaching nor sharing English knowledge with other people. If we are looking for the real meaning of being a teacher in the classroom, and that is hard to find, we have to create our own meaning. The role of closeness, intimacy, and interconnectedness between the teacher and student as an important component of human happiness are of no doubt necessary to motivate students to engage in learning. However, one of our roles as teachers is to identify ingredients. Now, this is this one now. So second to the last. Now, so we have so the last one, we have to identify ingredients that build a strong relationship and affective rapport among students. Now, of course, affective environment. We have to develop this affective environment with now, so this is very important, with true warmth and concern from a teacher is necessary to let students share their hidden unshared or unsaid feeling, both positive and negative. I would like to inculcate I would like to focus on the true warmth, because when we give our the intrinsic motivation within us is true, then it really radiates, and this radiates from inside to outside. And even if we don't tell that it is true, then students can feel that what we are doing is true, and in that way the relationship and inter relationship within between students and teachers will be developed, no, and the true interrelatedness, connectedness will be developed. Okay, so for that, if we will be able now so to develop the true interrelatedness, the true linkage between students and teachers, then we will be able to improve students' well-being. And that is one of our roles as teachers, as their mothers, as their sisters, as their brothers, and as a member of the family in the classroom. That's all for now. Thank you so much for listening. And domo arigato gozaimasu in Japanese, and maraming salamat po in Filipino language.